I'm going to show you how to do the twisted chain stitch which makes the leaves. So first of all I'm just going to secure the yarn into the back of the knitting. Just so it doesn't pop out as soon as I start to embroider on the front. Just give that a little tug and then pull it through to the front. Okay. Now what we're going to do, we've brought the needle to the front of the work, and what we're going to do now is put it back down into where it first came up and make a chain stitch. So I'm going to wrap the yarn around the needle about just under a centimetre from where I'm putting the needle in. I'm coming back up and I'm going to pull through like that, and that makes a chain. Now to make the twisted chain stitch, what you do is instead of putting the needle back down where the yarns come out of the fabric, which would be a normal chain stitch, I'm just going to put it slightly outside the chain loop and then come up the same distance again, just under a centimetre from the back of the fabric. You pull that and you can see a little twist starting to happen. I'll just do that again. I'm going to go down, instead of where the thread is coming out, I'm going to go just to the left of it, outside the chain, into the fabric and then back out again. You can actually see it's creating a bit of a curve. You can make that more curved by just twisting the angle that you bring the needle out at. So I brought this out a little bit more vertically straight, a bit more sort of 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. And that's how you would do the twisted chain stitch. I'll do a couple more. And one more, and you can see there's really quite a curve on it now. There we go, that's the twisted chain stitch stem. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work a couple of leaves off this curved stem. So I'm going to go down into the back of the fabric, sorry, from front to back into the fabric, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up just slightly up from the last point where I took the needle to the back of the fabric. I'm just going to bring the needle from back to front up, and then I'm just going to turn this so it's easier to work, and I'm going to make a single chain here by going from the front of the fabric to the back, and before I take the needle all the way through, I'm just going to tip the needle and bring it up again about a centimetre from where the needle's going in, and I'm just wrapping the yarn underneath the needle to create a single chain. Oops. Okay, so don't pull too tightly because otherwise your fabric will buckle. You don't really need to put this fabric onto a frame, otherwise you'll end up stretching the garment. So because I only want one single leaf here, I'm just going to put the needle into the fabric and then finish that one off rather, and then for the next leaf I can move along a little bit before bringing the needle to the front of the knitting again, pulling it up. Again, don't pull too tightly because if you do, you can see it distorting there where I'm pulling too tight. So just give it a little bit of a wiggle to flatten it out, and then make another chain down into where the needles come to the front, pop it up, wrap the yarn underneath, and that's how you would work your leaves. I'm just going to take this to the back.